From an outsider's perspective, the city of Albany represents the beautiful upstate capital of the great state of New York. It's filled with beautiful architecture, a diverse population, and a variety of colleges and universities. As anyone who lives here knows, traveling less than a mile in any one direction from the Capitol buildings, the reality of the situation is much different. Many neighborhoods within the city have been plagued with poverty, lack of education, and lack of funding, along with other long-term systemic issues. When choosing an organization to fundraise for, our group wanted to find funding for someone who is addressing these issues within our local community. Albany Victory Gardens represented this type of organization for us for a couple of key reasons. First, Albany Victory Gardens was an organization that was small enough that our contribution would affect direct change within the community. After telling them that we were raising money for their project, their director Greg Sheldon replied with, "What do you want to do with the money?" Instantly, I knew we had made the right choice. After talking it over with the group, we decided the best way to help the organization was through revenue sustainability. Over the summer, Greg and I had discussed the implementation of a garden market meets bazaar to both raise sustainable revenues for the Victory Gardens, as well as fill the need for cheap, nutritional produce within the food desert West Hill community. 50% of every dollar spent at a traditional grocery store leaves the communities they serve. This model would create repatriating economic activity within a community that so desperately needs it. Our small contribution would be enough to get this market project up and running to maximize the social value of the overall project. The second reason we chose Albany Victory Gardens was their mission. They are a true startup social venture based out of the West Hill area of Albany, one of the areas we defined as needing help the most. With a graduation rate of less than 50% and almost 30% of all properties being vacant, there was a clear need for intervention and positivity. Albany Victory Gardens acquires long-time vacant lots with no economic prospect and turns them into viable green space and community gardens. They then focus on community involvement and agricultural education, creating a prideful space within this battered community. The hope is that this small positive influence can create a chain effect, helping to not only grow nutritional produce for the community, but also grow the West Hill area into a flourishing neighborhood again. Our fundraising strategy was a three-pronged approach. The first part consisted of pairing with a SUNY fraternity to raise money through a Pi Lambda event on campus, in which we raised over $100. Second, we used the power of our networks and social media to raise over $600 with crowdfunding platforms such as GoFundMe. Lastly, we planned on selling physical product to generate revenues. Unfortunately, our original plan to pair with CC's wool fell through. We are now pairing with a local artist to produce a design for Albany Victory Gardens to print on t-shirts. Although this project will not be done by the end of the semester, our group will continue to raise funds in the future for Albany Victory Gardens, a program we truly believe in.
Alright, let's get it. Oh!
Damn! She got on your waves too, bro.
Where the money going?
I'm getting an A. I'm getting an A. I'm getting an A.